Okay, here we go. And let me just share my screen with you too so I can pull up my slideshow here. Let's see here. I'm on my husband's computer, so there's so much stuff here. Okay, here we go. Can you see that okay, Mary? The slideshow? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just want to start off first, just like talking about our team. We've been doing really well. And I know that our team is really growing, and we've gotten a lot of new coaches on board. And I mean, my gosh, even like you, Mary, you've taken this and you're fine with it. So that's awesome. I'm really proud of you. Yeah. And so for our October Success Club, I got 12, and Gina, I think she actually just got 6. It just hasn't reflected over yet. Mary got 3, so it's awesome. Bree got 2. Marissa got 2, Morgan got 2, and Maria, and you don't see her in our team page, so that's one of Amy's coaches, but she got 2 also, so that's really, really good. Okay, so this is really in detail, but I think it's really important to go over all of this stuff because you're going to see a lot like in your business. Yeah, go ahead. Did you have a question?
Am I supposed to be looking at a screen? Because I'm looking at I'm looking at like, hey guys, let's talk. I'm looking at your Facebook screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me cut that off. Hang on. Wait a minute. I'm glad you told me that. Okay.
Well, your arrow kept going like this, and I didn't know what just looking at.
Let me try this again. Can you see that now? Does it show up as a slideshow?
Yep. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So these were the Success Club that I was talking about. Can you see the slideshow? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this, let's just talk about like tips on how to talk to people. Basically, if you're private messaging them or if you're talking with them, over the phone or in person, you're going to find this a lot in your business. So I just typed up like a little scenario, and it says, okay, so if you have someone that says, I'm interested in your challenge group. I looked back, and I think actually my friend Amy and I were looking back at some of the old messages that we wrote to people, and it was kind of scary because you are like, when I first started as a coach, you're so excited about, hey, Marissa. You're so excited about just like sharing.
There she is.
Yay, hey, Marissa. You're so excited about sharing the products with everyone, and these fitness programs are awesome. And like, for me, I tended to just like word vomit, like, oh my gosh, 21 Day Fix does this and it has all these workouts and Shakeology is great. And for a first conversation, that's very overwhelming for someone. So, for example, just when you're first talking with someone, focus on them, completely on them, focus on their goals, ask them, what type of exercises do you like? How is your diet? Maybe even ask them what they eat in a typical day. Those are great questions to ask first off the bat before you jump into even the challenge group talk. And like I said, don't word vomit. Always end when your question or your conversations, always end with a question. So, for example, do you think this is something that you would be interested in? Or do you think this program would help you meet your goals? Always bring it back to them. So that way, you're leaving it basically on their plate to answer a question for you to respond back to them. So always ask them a question. Because I know it can be very frustrating when you don't get a private message back. And believe me, I know that will happen, but let's just try to do the best to get them to respond back to us because it's so important. These people are reaching out to us for a reason. So just to get them engaged in the conversation is so important. And then at the very end, you can introduce the price. That should be the last thing that you talk about is the price. Because sometimes, that sticker price can be very scary for somebody. And just state it very simply, very matter-of-factly. For example, I put on here, the Shakeology fitness program you're talking about is $140, period. That's it. Just leave it like that, because if you try to go dive deep into that price right off the bat, someone might take that as, oh gosh, is she trying to really sell this? Maybe they're comfortable. You have no idea. Maybe they're comfortable purchasing it for $140 or $160 or whatever it's the price is. So never go into detail quite off the bat, just state it. And then, you know, if they ask more questions about it, you can go into detail at that point. Because you know this stuff works, let's face it, guys. Okay, so here we go. It's too expensive. I think we've all heard this, and we're going to hear this forever. Because people, let's face it, they're very tight with their money. I mean, my gosh, I feel like I'm kind of tight with my money, and that's just because we're smart. So how do we handle that as coaches? We handle with love, with understanding, and we need to add value to the products and the potential customer's life too. So you state nicely that, hey, I understand that the funds are tight right now. And give an example, if you feel comfortable, give an example of how they might make this work into their budget. They could cut out Starbucks. Hello, I mean, I'm a guilty client. Please, I drive to work. I stop at Starbucks sometimes. Come on, that's like $4 a pop. Cutting out McDonald's. I go back to that scenario. I don't know if you guys were on the call the other time I talked about the Southwest chicken salad that cost like $8 at McDonald's. $8, $8, where they could have had a shake for like a little bit over $4.
No.
Cutting out a gym membership. You know, maybe they have a gym membership they're not even using. Like, investigate, dig deep into these people's lives. And then, okay, as women, let's face it, cutting out on a few manicures, pedicures, shoes, hair. This is an example that I put in quotes here. This is how I run around the hair thing. Okay, yes, I do get my hair highlighted, but I'm smart in the way about it. Like, my hair is very simple to cut. I go to Fantastic Sam's or Supercuts or whatever to get my hair trimmed. Come on, that's like $12 or $15 versus maybe $50 at a salon to get my hair cut. So there's different ways to save money that might help people out a little bit. Whatever is pertinent to them, just try to, like, you know, make a way for it to work. Okay, final answer. It's too expensive. Point blank, that's in the discussion. They're saying it's too expensive. No problem. Would it be okay if I checked in with you next month to see if it's a better time? Always follow up with them. Ask them if it's okay if you check in with them next month. And this is a real good tip too. Do they have any friends or family that may need help with cleaning up their diet or kicking their fitness into gear? Referrals are great, guys. Your nose can be actually a very important part of your business, because if you ask for referrals from these people, even if that person, you know, that you're getting a referral from doesn't purchase from you, you might add them to your Facebook friends, and then they can start following you on Facebook. So that's always a positive thing. And here's a really neat spin that I researched another coach that she did, and she had a lot of success with it. Open a separate challenge group for those people who just want to purchase a club membership. And you and I everyone probably knows what the club membership is. That's the $40 we pay every 3 months. And us as coaches, we do that too. Most coaches are on the club membership. So the first 30 days, they get that free. After that, you know, they pay $40 every 3 months, and they get to try new fitness programs as much as they want. So you can open up a challenge group and throw these people into that challenge group that just want to purchase the club membership. And in that challenge group, share about Shakeology, share about neat recipes. Maybe that might spark something with them. Give them fitness tips, nutrition tips, anything that we would do in a regular fitness group. And look, that boils down to, hi Gina, that boils down to about $13 a month. That they're paying to try out all of these programs. So I actually want to try this, because I think that's a great idea. And again, it's getting people into a challenge group that you can start their journey. And I can guarantee you, if they're trying out these programs on Home Direct and their club membership, they're probably going to want to purchase a program because they love a certain one. So just think about that too. These might be your people that take a while to get there, but they're probably going to get there. Okay, so let's talk Shakeology, because Shakeology is a huge, huge part of this business. Like, I would say at least 80% of your business is going to be Shakeology. You as a coach need to be drinking Shakeology every day, because people want to see your proof that the product works. They want to see you as a coach drinking the Shakeology if they're going to purchase it from you. So try to show the value of the product. Think about this. Do you think organic produce is more value than conventional at the grocery store? What about a designer handbag versus like a no-name purse or something? What about a luxury car versus a non-luxury car? Or let's break it down even more simple, like our regular manicure versus a gel manicure. So we need to add value to Shakeology because compared to other shakes, it's like by far above other shakes on the market. So this can be a perceived value or a value based on accomplishment. Think about like before and after pictures. I think Melissa did this on her page. She showed a after picture of just a fellow like Team Beachbody picture that she found on our website, which was awesome. That's adding value that these products are. Okay, so adding more value to it and keeping your current customers on Shakeology is key too. You need to keep the motivation going. And I'm just gonna mute you guys just for a second, just because I think there's a little bit of sound. For a second. No, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's fine. Sorry. I feel rude when I do this. Okay. Okay, so you have to differentiate it. You do not want to label Shakeology as a weight loss shake. I've seen so many coaches do that. It is so much more than a weight loss shake. And I'll tell you why it's bad to label it like that. This kind of like is a little bit, and maybe Gina can appreciate that, is a little bit breaking into like primary and secondary benefit. So primary benefit is a health benefit for Shakeology. Your secondary benefit is weight loss. So you always want to focus on your primary benefit, which is your health benefit. And your health benefit is very subjective. It could be for somebody, it could be energy. Somebody else, it might be breaking free from daily insulin injections. Maybe they're diabetic. It could be building a stronger immune system to getting through their chemotherapy session. It could be endurance through a workout session. Or maybe it's just decreasing their food craving. So as you can see, every health benefit is going to be very subjective to that person. Let me scroll down. So let's talk about like some top diseases. And the reason I'm talking about all this stuff, I know it's like more medical stuff, but I think it's really important because us as coaches, we have to understand like what Americans are dealing with and what we are promoting to these people. It's crucial. So let's talk about some top disease states. Inflammation is huge. The leading cause of heart disease and chronic diseases, inflammation right there. So what if someone told you there's something out there that would help decrease inflammation? Again, we're talking about different people's health objectives here. Free radicals. So free radicals, maybe some people don't know about it, it's fine. They bond with molecules in your body's tissue and cause damage to the cells and their DNA within the cells and play a major part in the aging process and also in some autoimmune diseases, and they develop into cancer. Pretty scary stuff. Free radicals are disgusting. What kills free radicals? Antioxidants. They help neutralize them and break them down. I bet you want to go drink your Shakeology right now if you haven't. And also stress, poor immune system. People are always sick in America. It's awful. And Shakeology has all these ingredients that tackle these different states, which is amazing. Let me scroll down. Okay, so sell health, not weight loss. Don't sell Shakeology short. There's so many weight loss shakes out there. They might be much cheaper than Shakeology, and that's why, because they're just targeting weight loss, and that's it. What happens when a challenger, if you're just promoting weight loss, what happens when a challenger reaches their goal weight? Do you think they'll stay on Shakeology? Probably not, because they're like, okay, well, it's just a weight loss shake. I've kind of reached my goal here. I'm going to stop. They're not going to be on your home direct customers. Your home direct customers are going to be those customers that you educate that they know about the benefits of their health benefits of Shakeology. So that's just your retention. You keeping people engaged, you keeping them educated about Shakeology. This is something else too. Think of this scenario. If someone is trying to drop a lot of weight and going into it the wrong fashion, they may be cutting crucial nutritional needs. So Shakeology is not going to let this happen. Shakeology is going to pack their diet with superfoods. So again, this is breaking it back down to the other shakes out on the market. Yes, they're going to provide like the weight loss, but they're not going to provide all the other amazing nutritional benefits that Shakeology does. This was interesting too. I watched a discussion about this that another coach did, and she was talking about who's the easier person to get on a challenge pack or to maybe sell Shakeology to. You may think the overweight person who needs a lot of help. Well, no, these overweight people are definitely be very, beneficial to your business, and they're going to be your most challenging, and my goodness, your most rewarding. I can share stories with you guys later. They definitely are your most rewarding, but they are going to be the hardest people to get on Shakeology or maybe even a fitness program. Healthy, fit people are going to be the easiest sale. They notice little changes in their body. They're willing to spend money on gym memberships, good foods. They know the importance of proper nutrition, and they see the long-term picture. So hands down, a healthier person is going to know those benefits, and they're going to be willing to pay, the money up front for Shakeology or nutrition or a fitness program because they know it's crucial to their health. Okay, age. This is another very interesting topic, and I'll share a personal story about this too. People that are in their 20s and 30s, think about that group of people. And I'm not saying everyone's like this, but more percentage in this group, they just want to kind of look good. They're a little bit vain. Maybe they want some short-term goals. Maybe they have, maybe they have a wedding to go to. They want to drop some weight, or a honeymoon, or, whatever they have short-term wise, they want to look good. They're not thinking of diseases at this point. Most of them aren't. People in their 40s to 60s are constantly reminded by looking at their friends and family suffering from diseases, aging, death. This is all scary stuff, guys. They can see, I'm sorry, I'm like reading this. Does it make sense? They might not be concerned about dropping pounds, but they fear more diseases and poor health. They're highly motivated and willing to pay for good nutrition. So you could, when you're talking to people in this age group, you could ask them, and always focus on them. You can ask what runs in their family. Maybe it's heart disease. Maybe it's thyroid conditions. Maybe it's cancer. Ask them what they struggle with, and ask them what their why is. My gosh, maybe this is a person that their whole family is diabetic. Their whole family is overweight. Maybe their whole family has heart disease, and they do not want that to happen to themselves. So unfortunately, they're seeing their families pass away, chronic illnesses, debilitating. So focus on their why. Successful business people are great listeners. So dig deep into their why. Reach out to your own family, your own friends. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable. Maybe you are scared to mention, Shakeology or fitness programs to your family. Don't be. They're going to be very, very honored. They're going to be very motivated by seeing you and your journey, and appreciative that you're concerned about their health. So we don't all need to lose weight, but we all need to put our health first. And that's the main point of this. So my personal story that I was going to share, and I'm not going to mention names, but I had this one nurse that I work with, and she is in her 60s. And she's in a lot of our challenges. And she always asks me, she said, Stephanie, people, I don't understand why, you don't reach out to people in my age group more, because my friends are passing away and we really need the help out there. And I kind of stepped back because, to be very honest with you, I was reaching out to people like me in my own age, trying to get them, on challenge packs or Shakeology or whatever, but don't close doors. Leave those doors wide open, and people in that age group, they need our help too. So don't forget about them. Okay, so integrity of Shakeology. And you guys know a lot about this. And you can also find this on our online office too, under Shakeology, and find about all the ingredients, everything in Shakeology. But, Beachbody doesn't use anything but natural stuff from Mother Earth. There's no dyes, there's no metals, there's no added sugar, there's no fake sugars in there. One other tip that I wanted to give you, because I read a article about this, and I've been telling people to do this, and I need to stop. So I've been telling people, just start with half a scoop of Shakeology and see how that works first, because in all honesty, it does, let's say, not sit very easily in someone's stomach if they have a sensitive gut. Tell them to start with 3/4 of a scoop. And the reason is because if they're starting with a half a scoop and they're doing that for like a week or whatever, they're not going to get all the nutritional benefits. And that does make sense the more I think about it. So tell them to start with 3/4 of a scoop to start out with, and then work their way up to a full scoop to give them that, all the, everything that they need to get to their goals. Another term that a coach used, and I think this is so smart, because sometimes when we say, here's a sample of Shakeology, whenever you think of a sample, you think of like, here's a little freebie. Instead, she would use the word single serving packets. I have a single serving packet of Shakeology. Even hearing that, for me to hear that, it adds more value to it. I think that when you see single serving packet, you don't think of free. You just think of something, maybe that has a little bit more value to it. So that's just a different term that you could use. So just some final tips. Put your customers' needs first. Focus on them, focus on their health benefits. This is not a quick fix, guys. I know we promote 21-day fix, and don't get me wrong. Yes, 21 days you can make incredible results, but we want to keep these customers with us forever. We want these customers to eventually turn into coaches too, because they love the products so much. Educate yourself. The Coach Online Office, like I mentioned before, has a lot of information about Shakeology. Research top coaches' videos online. I do this all the time. If I ever have a topic that I'm struggling with, I'll put it into Google. I'll put in Beachbody video struggles with rejection or whatever it is, and look up a top coach's video and listen to that. I challenge you to do that like once a week at least, and just read up or listen to a video and see if that helps you. So I'm going to stop the audio or the mute button on everybody, and just to see if anyone has a question about this. Okay. Do you guys have any questions or any concerns or anything that you've been thinking about?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Like how we were talking earlier about, I did that promotion on my page, and so I had a lot of people that liked my page or liked like some of the fitness posts. And so I would either, start chatting with them or try to friend request them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when somebody is just completely unresponsive, but they're liking your stuff?
Okay, that's very frustrating because that happens to me a lot.
I don't want to pester them and like keep messaging them if I'm hearing nothing, but.
Are you friends with these people on your personal wall? It's just your Facebook, or is it just your business?
No, most of them they've accepted my friend request.
You know what I would do in that situation? So I would go onto their personal wall and just like one of their posts, maybe even comment one of their posts and see how they engage with you, just to develop a relationship first with them. Maybe they want to know you as a person first,
Okay.
So I would just be open to like just getting into their lives and, responding to some of their posts on their Facebook posts first before you like jump into like another question about like a challenge or whatever. That's kind of what I would do.
Okay.
And Marissa, I love your website. I love it. It was awesome.
It still needs some work, but I figured I got the basics on there, and then I can kind of tweak it and play with it.
Did that take you forever to do?
Actually, it took me 2 hours.
Oh my God.
When I
Are you
sat down,
serious?
I finally did it.
That would have taken me like a month to do. I'm not lying. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. What about
I was obsessed
Going
last
up
night.
to the first slides that I missed. Do you mind just going up to them so I can
Oh,
see
yeah,
them?
yeah, absolutely. So I'll go, let's see. That was like the first one I started with.
Okay.
And Gina, I did I'm gonna record this, or I did record it, so I'll post it
Okay.
so you can go back and like look through this. I remember.
Oh, perfect.
So, and actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna stop recording right now. Let me make sure I do have it record. Please let me have this thing on for 1 second. Stop share.